Tarumbeta italia katika anga.
Like this. That is how the trumpet will sound.
Yeah, mwenye. Alafu sasa ikikam to history ya privatization, yes?
Yes.
What should we know? The fact that Ruto is really trying to privatize stuff. Tukianza na Kenya Pipeline. Because kama leo I think alikuwa anatuambia vile Kenya Pipeline, all we need is like 9,000 shillings to own a share.
We need to learn from Russia. We need to learn from Russia and what happened to Russia. During the fall of the Soviet Union, the USSR, people bought, government companies were privatized. And you should know Russia is big. It's bigger than the African continent. It crosses several time zones. Russia is huge. It's bigger than the US in size.
Yes.
So the companies there were huge companies. Hakuna kampuni Kenya inaweza fikia kampuni zilikuwa huko.
Yes.
And people privatized those companies. So if you had money, you were buying, and if you had money and political connections, you were buying a company at a throwaway price. And this is what was happening. You have money, you are rich, but you still go to the government fund and borrow money for free to go and buy the government company. So unaona kama Kenya kuna commodities fund to fund farmers who are cash crops. Kuna Agricultural Finance Corporation that funds farmers and farming assets. Kuna ICDC, kuna Kenya Industrial Estates. Those are funding institutions zenye wekwa dona gava, ukitaka loan na borrow pale. But loan unafaa borrow na security. Lakini wao walikuwa wanaenda juu wako na political connections, wanaenda wanapewa tu pesa. Then they come and buy the state corporations. So people like Roman Abramovich and many other people bought those state corporations. The end result was the state corporations became so big and the owners became so rich that they called themselves the Russian oligarchs. Now the oligarchs became so powerful that they were sitting in a boardroom decides who will govern the country, and that is the person who will govern the country. Because they are so wealthy, they are the largest, they are 70% the employers. Unajua employers wa Kenya wakikaa hivi ati watu 10 kwa boardroom na wao ndio wamepea 70% of Kenyans employment kwa kampuni zao, lazima watu watatii. Pende usipende, otherwise your life will be a mess. So these Russian oligarchs ndio walikuwa wanaleta watu kama kina Boris Yeltsin. When Boris Yeltsin became a drunkard, wao ndio walileta Vladimir Putin kumsaidia, who was then now working as a mayor for St. Petersburg.
Yes.
Now Vladimir Putin ndiye amekuja kudestroy the oligarchs, lakini akatengeneza tena oligarchs wake, but now oligarchs that he controls. So let's come back to Kenya. In Kenya, this is what is happening. There are very strategic national assets which the country can't do without. Pipeline ya oil, because oil runs our everyday life. Oil ndio istima, oil ndio mafuta ya gari, hadi matatu yenye unapanda kwenda tao. Oil ina power hadi ile satellite yenye inakuletea internet.
Yes.
Oil powers everything that's running here. So a company like Kenya Pipeline Corporation, when it goes into private hands, that is part of the power of a country that has gone to a private individual. Safaricom has civilized this country. When Safaricom shares are being sold, and they're being sold to a politician by proxy, that politician is going to have a lot of power in this country. A company like Kenya Power and Lighting Company, or a company like Kenya Pipeline, Kenya Ports Authority, Kenya Ports Authority.
Yes.
When it's being privatized, it means anything that comes into Kenya, including bunduki, including tank ya army or bulletproof vest, will be going through a private person, not through the government. Now remember, the government ni wewe. You as the viewer, we ndio gava. Because we ndio ubadilisha wanasiasa, we ndio uchoka na unabadilisha huyu, because you are in control of it. So when it goes to private hands, hiyo ni story tofauti. Now people need to know where the word banana republic came from. Mnasikia watu wanasema this country is becoming a banana republic. Banana republic was actually a real republic. What happened is there was a fruit company. It was called the United Fruit Company. That was an American company. And it went to one of the South American states and started the company there to grow bananas. It made so much money with the support of the US government that it now started owning the port. And they had a very funny agreement with the country that once they build the port, the country should not build another port.
Uzile za done.
Unaona agreements zenye watu umake, watu wagava umake zinakuanga za ajabu sana. Ndio Magufuli akiwa live alikuwa anasema hawa watu wanakuja na vigezo vya ajabu. Wanasema kwamba watu waki-uplift Dar es Salaam airport msijenge any other Dar es Salaam port msijenge any other port kwa sababu that's the only way they recoup the investment. So United Fruit Company ika own ports, ika own airports, ika own railway line, then ika own 70% of the land in the country. So these people are controlling all politicians including the president. President wao akileta shida, CEO wa United Fruit Company wanaorganize na CIA wa America wana overthrow that president. So now everything in the country, foreign policy, local policy, how much people will be paid. Kuna time watu wali strike workers wa United Fruit Company. They were shot dead. Waliitwa tu communists. These are communists. Kapigwa marisasi during a strike and nothing happened. That is what happens in a banana republic. You hand over power and wealth to a few like 10, 15 people. And they become so powerful. They become the 70% employers in your country. Everybody else is poor. They are the only rich people. And for that reason, they control government. And because they control government, they are the ones who determine your president. They are the ones who determine your foreign service, your nini. So you are powerless. Wewe ni slave tu. Wewe sasa hata ufanyiwe nini. There is nothing you will do. So Kenyans need to be careful about privatization of these assets. But now the problem is this. They'll re-elect Ruto. Not because he has done exceptional work, but because of how you'll plan the tribal matrix. The only way, and before I came to this podcast, I was with Babu Owino. We were just having coffee together as friends, catching up on old campus days and now. And we agreed on one thing. The only way to defeat a person like Ruto and his cartel is by playing a game he doesn't understand. If you play a game he understands,
tribal numbers,
atashinda hata na 80%. Acha kusema ati ataiba. Anaweza shinda ukweli. Ukweli tu. Because if you go down to the ground, to the village, uone vile voter na reason, utakubali Ruto anaweza shinda kura. Haraka sana. Because ule voter na reason hivi. Ruto akichukua Matiang'i sahi ampromise kitu. Wakisi karibu 70% washaingia. Washasema hatuna ubaya na Ruto, ashatupanga.
So
we've delegated our power of decision making to our kingpins. Okay? Akishachukua kingpin wa kabila ingine tena ni hivyo. Akishachukua kingpin wa kabila ingine tena ni hivyo. So once you play tribalism, a game which Ruto understands, and that's what I told Gachagua not to do, and he insisted. We held so many meetings with the opposition in Karen. Kuna siku tumekaa na Kalonzo from 11 a.m., 12 p.m. tukakula lunch. Tukakunywa chai ya jioni ya 3 p.m. Tukakula sapa kwake saa 4. The whole day we were just talking. But the thing that kept lingering in the minds and never left our conversation and they never agreed to was leaving tribalism. Because it works for them. Kalonzo hata asipokuwa president, ako sure he will control Machakos County, he'll control Makueni County, he'll control Kitui County, and maybe one more county. Those are resources that he controls directly because governor ni wa chama yake, ma-MP ni wa chama yake, na ma-MCA ni wa chama yake. So he can make a call. He can say nataka 100 million na italetwa hapa na gunia.
Yes.
So they are already comfortable being tribal kingpins. They don't want anything great or they don't want to change that system, including Gachagua. Gachagua is not interested in the presidency. And Gachagua doesn't care whether Ruto will win or lose. Kenyans should know Gachagua doesn't hate Ruto more than he loves his success. The first thing Gachagua is thinking about is Gachagua, not Ruto. So anapiga Ruto juu that's what Kenyans want to hear. But Gachagwa's main mission is nitapataje wabunge enough nicheze game ya Raila. Election ikiisha 2028 tupige deal na umse, anipe nusu ya cabinet, ma minister, anipe ma PS, anipe ambassadorial position, anipe parastatal position. Zile ministry na parastatal zenye atanipea, contracts zenye ziko nazo, kama amenipea Ardhi Water Works, na iko na contract ya kujenga dam, natafuta contractor na mwambia organize 100 million ama 200 million iletewe.
Yes.
Because sasa ni mtu wake ako kwa hiyo ministry. So you need to understand that these people hawajapiga hesabu ya Mkenya. Wanapiga hesabu yao na ishaingiana. So there is nothing like, oh, sijui 2027 the opposition is going to lose. They are losing nothing. They are losing to Ruto, but washapangwa wako sawa. Because they are still going to get their MPs. So the only way to defeat Ruto is to play a game he doesn't understand. And which game is that? The non-tribal game. Why? Because akikuattack hajui base yako ni wapi. So if tungeshikana tu as young leaders, and this, honestly speaking, you know that I don't like old people, but the kind of work that needs to be done here needs young hands. The future is heavy. It needs young hands to lift it up.
Yes.
So kama tungeshikana to these young futuristic politicians who are beginning to think differently, when you wanajaribu kuchallenge hawa wazae, wanajaribu kuwashow hapana, we are also here, we can have a voice. Unaona kama hivi take ODM, kina Sifuna and kina Babu, and they're trying to challenge and say no, we can also lead this party. Unaona hao young people, kitu ya kwanza, they won't win the war in ODM because Ruto is there hand and foot. He'll use every money he needs. Hata wakihold NDC kesho, he'll bribe all the delegates. Let's come out. Raila alishindwa kuchukua chama ya babake akaanza chama yake. Let's start a youthful political party. Youthful not because it excludes other ages. Youthful because it comes with youthful energy and future.
Yes.
Then it drops in other people because every change must begin somewhere. A youthful political party haitakuwa based on any tribe because for starters, Sifuna is not the tribal kingpin of the Luyas. Ndindi Njoro is not the kingpin of the Kikuyus. Maybe you talk of Uhuru or Gachagua. So these people are not coming together as kingpins of tribes. They are coming together in a shared vision because hawana option. Hawezi kuja pamoja as tribes. They can only come together as a shared vision.
Yes.
The kind of energy yenye tutakuja nayo kwa campaign, I can assure you, no politician in Kenya can match it. Hakuna, hata Ruto hawezi. Even without money, hawezi match energy ya hiyo campaign. Because if we announce we have a youthful political party today and we have a candidate in 2027, in 2 weeks, you will see a registration of voters of more than 1 million youths. Say my youth wame relax tu. Si ati wako indolent. Sasa we ni youth. Una register ukapigie Ruto ama Gachagua. You know it doesn't make sense. Hawaoni haja. Because they don't see what they are going to vote for. But ukiwapea haja, voter registration utaona hapa, we'll pull a Senegal on these people. And even if we don't defeat them, the number of MPs we'll have in parliament, Ruto akicheza, tunampiga impeachment motions back to back. Anatuchezea tunapiga impeachment motion hii wiki, tunatulia 2 weeks, tunampiga impeachment motion tena hiyo wiki ingine. We'll stress the guy, he'll have to toe the line. But kama akona wabunge, ashanunua through tribal political parties, na akona presidency, utamuwezea wapi? Hata anakuua and nothing happens. Just shoot you dead and nothing happens.
Yes.
But if we were to gain substantial amount of power, we can drive our country to the right direction through strength, not through begging. We can't beg Ruto to act right. We can only force his hand.
Yes.
And that is why mimi nimekuwa nikidream every day. Juu mimi nimeshindwa kucheza hiyo game ya wazae. Juu game ya wazae ni uende huko kama youth, ukwe wakusifu kingpin, wakutetea kingpin, na wakuorganize violence. That's how they see the youth. Wakiona Morara wanasema, tumepata kijana mwenye nguvu, huyu tukisumbuliwa anatupangia vijana ambao watajaza rally, vijana ambao watakuwa goons, vijana ambao wata cause violence, huyu ndiye atatupangia bloggers ambao watatusi opponent. That is how they look at the youth. Hiyo ndo use ya youth kwa hizo chama.
Yes.
And then youth ndio utumwa akarejeste party, akarejeste kampuni. So whenever an old muzae politician, a kingpin, say Mudavadi for example wants to bigger some deal in the government, he doesn't register a company, he sends some youth in his office, kijana kimbia raka enda register company. You register a company, he diverts some tender to it, the company makes 5 billion, unadungwa milioni zako 5 ama milioni 50, unaenda Kiambu Road kununua gari, unaenda Ngong Road kununua gari, that's what you love.
Yes.
Lakini yeye ashapiga mita zake. So they see youths as people who can be used as proxies for government business. People can be used to insult. People can be used to organize violence because they are energetic, and who can abuse quickly, and who can organize bloggers. So as long as umetumika na hao wazae, umeingia chama yao, ukakaa chini yao kiwasifu, umesema mtu asijaribu kutusi kingpin wangu, already wanakuteach. Wakisha kuteach, wakisha kuzoesha vile Ruto alifunzwa na Moi na kina Jirongo akalan. Wakisha kufunza, alafu wakutafutia ka position kwa serikali. Wakuambia wewe kijana, si nimekutafutia permanent secretary, make sure kila wiki niko na 5,000,000. Ama make sure kila wiki niko na 3,000,000. You'll do as much corruption as you can kumsatisfy. Ndio abambike akwambie sasa wewe umekaa PS sana. Toka wacha niweke Mwafrika, wewe kuja, wewe nakupatia CS. So they are teaching you. So even if you become president someday, you change nothing. That's why unaona niko hesitant. Si ati mimi ni mjinga ama sijui hiyo siasa vile inachezwa. I know perfectly well. But now nashindwa. Sasa niingie kwa hii chama, nikue mbunge tukule CDF, alafu nikue governor tukule pesa ya county, alafu niingie cabinet tukule pesa ya ministry. So what's my difference from these people? Na naweza kaa huko kwa kampuni yangu and I just make money doing business. So unless tujitoe kwa hao watu, tukuje to build something new based on different values, na Wakenya wafuate hiyo kitu because we are united na tumeleta hiyo youthful energy, atushindi huyu mtu. Okay. Na anaweza tupangia hadi 2032 atuwashe tu tena. Atupangie proxy. Unajua this guy kama ameiba karibu 5 trillion in the short time he has been president, unafikiria hata mtu ataiba ngapi? Mtu akipatia candidate 300 billion in presidency, you only need 10 billion to win. Ape mtu 300 billion amwambie kuwa rais hapo, jamaa atachukua because tumezoea pesa. Kila mtu akidungwa thao yake anajitoa. Ni kama tuko jobless corner, sisi watu hatuna job, lakini wewe ukiitwa hata uambie watu umeitiwa job, unaambia watu ni aje wase, niko na ka emergency, sitawaongelesha. Na ni kazi umepata. So when we were hopeless and jobless, we were together. Jo umepata, unajikata haraka, unasema wase mimi naona masasi mzuri na niko na ka emergency, acha niende nishughulike. So tukikuwa selfish ile unajitakia, ukipata unachomoka, ukipata unachomoka, ukijipanga unachomoka, nothing will change at all. The same even with bloggers on social media. They should know that they are not just bloggers. They command a following. They are speaking to people, human beings who are listening. They have thousands of followers. Video yako ikifika 1,000,000 views ama 200,000 views, those are 200,000 people listening. Please use your influence kumeka watu wa make better choices. Usitumie influence yako tena kuwarudisha tu kwenye moto ati kwa sababu umepewa thao 10 ama thao 20. There are other ways you can make money. Kuna njia mob. Usifikirie tu sasa kama sahi gava ilitangaza ati inaweka budget ya 300 million kulipa bloggers.
Ilikuwa 100 million.
100 million to pay bloggers. So sahi kuna bloggers wanasema 100 million. Nitaendesha V8, nitaendesha Mazda CX-5, nitaendesha C200 Mercedes. So umengoja hiyo do so that ublog for the government, udanganye wananchi waendelee kusupport hiyo serikali ikiwa inawaumiza. Kwa nini jua usha cash out? That is where we are getting it wrong. Hakuna mtu akona patriotism enough ya kusema I'm forfeiting this for a bigger dream. Let's pull this off. Once the economy is fixed, I'll make more than they are offering. Few people have that selflessness.
Yes.
Iko Nini, najua mwaka ni mpya lakini injili ni ile ile LemFi. So kama uko US, uko UK, uko Canada ama uko the UAE na unataka kutuma do Kenya, baki umechangamka, ingia LemFi, utabaki umepata the most competitive rates. Lakini apart from that, on your first transaction ya $100 or more, utapata $20 sign up reward. So unangoja nini? Baki umechangamka, chap chap, ingia LemFi. LemFi, international payments for everyone. IKONINI.